All right, before we get started, I would like to bring out our Senior Vice President of Anti-Doping and Compliance, the great Jeff Nowitzki. He has a special presentation. I mean, can we get a hand for Jeff Nowitzki, please?
Thanks, John. Volk, on behalf of the UFC, it's my pleasure today to present you with your 50-time perfect test history UFC Letterman jacket. Volk, along with all these athletes up on stage, are subject to what we believe is the strongest, most comprehensive anti-doping program in the world in professional sports. And what that means is these athletes are subject to testing. Volk, over his last 8 years of his career, 365 days a year, unannounced, no-notice testing, 7 days a week, and as you know, 24 hours a day. A few years ago, as we were looking at the program, we said it's unfortunate that in anti-doping, most of the news that comes out is negative news when somebody tests positive. But the reality in the UFC program, we've conducted over 35,000 individual tests. Our positivity rate is less than 0.05%. And athletes like Volk are testing negative and clean time after time after time after time. Yes, Volk! What that means for Volk is several things. As you know, he's in the conversation as the best featherweight to ever do it in the history of the UFC. And what this means is he's done it with integrity, with credibility, with a tremendous amount of hard work, and most importantly, he's done it as a clean athlete. So Volk, again, on behalf of the UFC, thank you for being a leader and a role model in clean sport, not only in the UFC, but in MMA and all of professional sports. And it's my pleasure to present you with your 50-time jacket.
Love you, Volk!
How good. Clean as a whistle, that Alexander Volkanovski. All right, we're here for you folks. We got about 25, 30 minutes. We have microphones set up way up high and wide. We're going to start over here with this gentleman in a beautiful green suit. Fire away, sir. What do you have?
Here he is. I know this guy. Who we announcing? Let's give him an announcement. Who we got?
It's you again, my man.
Oh, it's me. Okay, here we go.
You're a god over here, mate, so I've got to slide that one in again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the RAC Arena for UFC 305 to introduce this UFC warrior. Standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing in at 145 pounds with a mixed martial arts record of 26 wins with 4 losses. Fighting at a Windang in New South Wales, he is the former featherweight champion of the world. Let's hear you roar for this greatest of all time, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
There it is.
I love you, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, sir. Do we have a microphone way up there? I'm not even seeing it. So we're going to stay on this side until I can actually figure out where the hell that is. Gentleman in the blue sweatshirt, fire away.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you were going over to this side first. I've got a couple of questions, one for Jiri. I just want to know what's next for you. You've talked about moving to middleweight before. Is that a possibility, or are you going to stay at heavyweight?
Thank you. Hello, guys. Hello, Australia. Hello, Perth. Pleasure to be here. And I need to still keep with that answer. I know that you will ask that for this thing, but for that time, I'm just recharging. I need to keep calm right now and be in the training, in tough training, in the camp, and keep my answer still inside. So let's see who will win tomorrow, and maybe that will depend my answer. So let's see.
We love you here, Jiri. One last one for Volk. How the fuck you get out of that Ortega choke?
One more time.
How the fuck do you get out of that Ortega choke?
My choke, like when I got choked by Ortega.
Yeah,
Oh,
close.
sorry.
How did I get out of it?
Yeah.
All right, grit and determination, mate. Never give up. That's one thing. Never give up.
Love all yous.
We have one brave soul on the other side of the stage. Go ahead, sir.
Volk, I just want to know, mate, how do you cook a perfect ribeye?
Perfect steak. An easy way of putting it. Room temperature and well rested. That's your steak right there.
Oh, man.
Thank you, sir. Back over here, young man. What do you have?
I got a question for Volk, and one for Jiri as well. We're all the way from Kiama, so shout out to the Illawarra.
Yeah, Kiama, there we go.
And obviously, Adesanya, you're good friends with him, you train with him, you know him on a personal level. There's an element of selling the fight, but we saw a lot of animosity between DDP and himself and Adesanya. How much of this is selling the fight, and how much do you think is genuine beef between the two?
Oh, mate, it's obviously a bit of beef there. You know what I mean? Whether they want to hype up a fight, but I'm sure there's some ill feeling. I'm sure there's respect as well. But one good thing I know about Izzy is he knows how to channel his feelings. He's very comfortable with who he is. We obviously seen him get a little emotional yesterday, but I only think that's just going to add to his performance. I think he's going to channel it in the right direction and go for that highlight reel finish.
Sweet. And one for Jiri. We saw that Pereira's fighting Khalil Roundtree. That got announced yesterday. What are your thoughts on that fight? And could we see you potentially versing the winner?
Okay, it's a fight. I really, I really don't understand the chance for a Roundtree, but still, keep my mind Alex Pereira, because I really know. sorry for all that, but I believe I can beat him. I believe in that, and my honor still saying me stay in the light heavyweight. Fight the other guy, win the next fight, take a title, and show the best. Because last time I showed, I think, my worst performance in my life, and I believe so. So I will show.
Thanks, guys.
Back over here, young man.
I had a question for Jack. Surely you're fighting Kamaru Usman next. Surely.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I want to fight either Usman, Colby, or Shavkat is what I'm gunning for.
Yeah, boy. Love it, bro. Love it.
Back over here.
Hey, Carlos, obviously the Jamal Hill fight got called off. Is that still the goal? And if it is, could we have it in New Zealand?
Yeah, that'd be good, eh? But I'm looking to hopefully get in there before the end of the year. And yeah, just like the answer Volk gave for a good steak, just well rested and room temperature. Just keep myself tempted, but yeah, something for end of the year for sure.
Thank you.
All right, back over here. Go ahead, sir.
I got a question for Alexander Volkanovski. Volk, obviously, UFC 308, the main event got announced, Topuria versus Holloway. Just want to know, who do you have for the main event?
Yeah, obviously both great athletes, but Max has proven himself time and time again. I think he's going to be a hard man to beat.
And are you ready to step in on short notice if one pulls out?
I reckon I'll be there, you know what I mean? I'm usually hanging around. I'm just pestering my managers and the matchmakers, and I'm just always hanging around. You can't get rid of me. I'll be there.
All right, thank you.
Question for Volk. When Holloway beats Topuria, are you going to go beat him for the 4th time, get your belt back, or what?
Well, yeah. Well, that's obviously that's what we want. We want the winner of that fight, and as I just said, if I had to pick, I think it probably is. So I think we might have to go a damn 4th time. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Love
the
you, Volk.
BMF's going to be on the line this time too, so that's going to keep things interesting.
Go ahead, brother. What do you have?
Yeah, hello. To be honest, I don't really have a question. Just want to say that, hey, Volk, I love you.
I appreciate it. Love you too, mate.
Thank you, buddy. Back over here. What do you have, sir?
Hey, my question's for Volk. Now, Volk, I'm real good friends with one of your good friends, Brenton Mumford. He's actually my MMA coach. And I know you're affiliated with CMBT Combat. I'm just wondering, when are you coming back to the gym and doing another seminar, man?
Well, now we're gonna make it happen straight away. There you go. Shout out
Let's
to
go.
CMBT.
Thank you so much.
Brenton Mumford as well. Shout out Brenton Mumford, CMBT.
Let's go. He's going to go on the PFL, surely.
Yeah, see, we've got to get him. Everyone give a little tweet for Brenton Mumford on PFL.
Shout out Brenton Mumford, everyone.
All right, that mic on the left is wide open. If you want to get in line, we'll go back to the right. Nice hair, brother. What do you have, sir?
I got a question for Jack. We want you all fighting for the title, so when the fuck are you knocking Bilal out?
I think 2025, Bilal's going down.
Yeah.
With his left hand.
All right, back over here, sir.
This one's for Volk, Jack, and Carlos. Not so much for Jiri. We've got Eternal MMA on this afternoon. Who are the guys that we should be keeping an eye out at that event?
So, man, so many great athletes coming up on the local scene. So there's a big one tonight. So make sure you keep an eye on Seb and Justin. They're obviously training partners of mine. So great fighters. But there's so many great athletes. So if you're free tonight, tune in. There's plenty of talent that you're already seeing come through the local circuit, and look what they're doing. So there's only going to be more. So you may as well, get a step ahead. Keep an eye on these young fellas. Know who's going to be coming in the near future.
Yeah, for sure. There's 2 trilogy fights. Jack Becker, Rod Costa, they got 1 apiece, both of those. So I think that'll be good fights. And then, Candiata, Lucas Griselli, and White Fraser are going to whoop some ass.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Myself? Whoa, sorry guys. No prizes for guessing what country I'm from. Right, so Volk, I would like...
Was a question? Scotland?
It might be, I think so.
There we go.
Cheers, man. Good, yep.
Dance for Freedom, that says. And that says... uniting... You like it?
It looks good, mate. It looks great.
Uniting global unity. Right, so anyway, back to you. You're famous. I would just like to know what brand you fought with before the UFC, on the way to the UFC.
My last fight?
No.
Sorry.
Like your career before UFC. Was it like...
My career before UFC? All right, yeah.
Yeah, for example, in Scotland, and there's a brand called... I'm Scottish, by the way. There's a brand called Cage Warriors.
Okay, yeah.
And by the way, I'm Scottish. Don't make me get my kilt on. Right, so Cage Warriors. What was your equivalent of Cage Warriors?
You got a few of them. Got a good local shows coming through. So you got Eternal that they were saying was tonight. You got like Hex. There's a few great. I see a Beatdown. There you go.
Yeah,
Beatdown promotions there as well. There's a few, quite a few. And he's from Scotland, by the way. Don't know if you know.
Right. So talking about Scotland, congratulations to you guys. There's a Cage Warriors on September the 7th. I just want all of you to look out for Sean Clancy Jr. Look him up.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
Are you the Cage Warriors promoter or something like that?
I don't know if he's dancing or not. We got to move on, sir. We love you, though. Thank you. Back over here to the left. What do you have?
Yeah, my question's for you, actually, John. You've said recently that you'd like to eventually maybe take on the matchmaking role for the UFC. If you did do that, who would you like to replace you as the main commentator of the UFC?
Well, what I said was I think for a lot of us who grow up as sports fans, to be able to work for a team or an organization sounds very appealing. So I could go sign that flyweight Pumi Nakuda that's not in the UFC for whatever reason. But I'm not going to sit here and bandy about my replacement. I have the job I want, and I'm hoping to keep it. But certainly if...
John Annie could never be replaced.
Thank you.
True that.
Thank you. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. Back over here, sir. What do you have?
Volk, are you thinking about going back to lightweight and mauling Islam?
Well, I've got work to do, back to do at featherweight, so I'm going to have to worry about that first. But,
Yeah, after Max beats Ilya.
Yeah, so I'm going to obviously take on the winner of that one. And then, as I said, I'm just going to be pestering everybody. I'm just going to be hanging around, and I'll be hanging around that lightweight division too.
Yep.
Thank you, young man. Go ahead, sir.
Just wanted to say thanks to all the UFC staff for coming out, bringing such a good card to Perth. Shout out to Volk. I was here for 294, watched you beat Islam, and the judges fucking stole it from you. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds is all you need. Just a question for the guys on the panel. Who do you want to fight next? Alex, Max, Holloway, or Topuria?
Obviously the winner, yeah. I do want that win back, though, from Ilya, so that's something that I need back. So obviously I've got to fight the winner, get that belt back, but if Ilya wins, I get to not only get that belt back, but I get to get that win back as well. So that's something that I definitely want.
You guys want to go down the line? Yuri, who do you think?
It depends. It depends for where I will stay. In lightweight, there is I think in the next step, Jamal Hill. And if I decide to go the middleweight, let's see who will be there. But right now, because I'm talking about the middleweight, because I feel like my body still can push it to this weight, take the belt, and go back or whatever. So that's on my mind right now. Yeah.
I said it earlier. I would love to fight someone that's in front of me, the Shavkat Rakhmonov, Colby Covington, or Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, for me, I think just anybody in that top 10 division, the light heavyweight division, is quite an exciting one right now. So a lot of power, knockout artists in the division. So anyone in that top 10.
Yeah, Jiri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg. How about it? Thank you, sir.
Thanks, John.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, guys. Sorry, this is a bit of a touchy subject for MMA, but we're kind of lacking in role models. But I really appreciate everybody on the stage. John Anik, you're the greatest. We all love you. You're a great role model.
Thank you.
Volk, you're the man. We really appreciate you. Jiri, I remember the day you congratulated Glover for winning the title. It was so heartwarming. And my question is, how do we get more role models in the sport? Set an example. Could you guys hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, just did any of you want to answer that? You want me? I can go. All right, yeah.
Have more Alex Volkanovskis.
I mean, just man, like I agree with you. Obviously, we're athletes. We're going to have a lot of people looking up to us, so it's always good to have good role models. But it's always good to have people that know how to sell a fight as well. So I think you need a little bit of both. But yeah, there's some great human beings in this sport, and there's only more coming through. Some of the nicest people I ever met is through this sport. So if you haven't seen too many good role models, I apologize. But I mean, there's plenty out there, trust me.
Colby Covington.
Yeah, not that guy.
Fuck Colby.
Fuck that guy.
Thank you very much. All right, back over here, young man. Go ahead.
I think everything's been going at Volk, but I'm going to do the same, so sorry, mate. We've seen you, Izzy, Dan, and Kai hanging out with the Eagles boys this week. How's the experience been there? You think any of the Eagles boys could come over to the UFC, and same, any UFC boys you reckon could go back over to the AFL?
Yeah, we've got to look. I'm a Swans guy, by the way, as well. So like I say, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Man, I shouldn't have brought that up, huh?
That's all right.
Nah, but obviously, I get along with all Aussie athletes anyway, so I'm over there. But they've been nothing but great to the boys and us. We've got the cage set up in there, so the boys have been training. Who do I think would be a good AFL? All the tall guys. I'm not built for AFL, that's for sure. Carlos will be pretty good, I reckon. Carlos, he can shoot some hoops. I reckon he could do good in AFL. You reckon you'll do good in AFL?
I reckon so. I reckon. Did well with rugby. We had a game of touch when we were over there, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Carlos.
At least the boots up
Jiri
again.
probably got the good frames for it. Jack, you reckon you got the frame for AFL? No?
No chance,
No.
I don't think. Yeah.
Good question.
Up the coasters.
Thank you. Folks, we got about 6 minutes to go, so if you have not lined up yet, we kindly ask you not to do so. We'll try to get to as many of you as possible. Go ahead, my man.
Quick question for John Anik. In Sydney, we got you to say you guys are all sick cunts. Can we get you to say it here in Perth, mate?
Yeah, you all, every last fucking one of you, a bunch of sick cunts all the way in the back, you sick fucking cunts.
Legend, mate.
Thank you.
I told you, full of good role models. I mean, that's one thing I didn't really, even I swore straight after I said that, and I was like, Colby, I was like, sorry about that. All right, back over here, go ahead.
Hey boys, this is a question for all 5 of you, including you, John. Obviously, you're all massive role models and inspirations for all MMA fans, but I wanted to know who were your inspirations and idols growing up? Could be actor, athlete, singer.
Thank you.
Carlos, I don't know if you want to start. I don't know if there was anybody that was an inspiration for you, either an athlete growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I've had many role models in my career, in my life, and I've always had a lot of people close to me who have sort of built me and led me and not led me astray. So I've had many role models in my life. So yeah, I couldn't name one in particular. It's just friends who have led me and helped comfort me, put me towards where I am now.
Yeah, big role model to me was my brother Josh. You know, he had a fight, I was cage-side and I watched it, and it really inspired me to get in there and give it a crack myself. So yeah, he was a big role model for me.
I was more inspired by the old Pride fighters, and everybody knows the ancient warriors, because I like these to study all the ideas, to go deeper and deeper till the principles, why we're fighting, why we do that, and what's our inspiration to be the better ourselves every day, day by day, and that's why I'm fighting too. So that's it.
Yeah, for me, MMA related, UFC related, probably Chuck Liddell. I was a massive fan of Chuck Liddell, you know. He was one that just stood on business, didn't say too much, just went out there, did his thing. So I was a big fan of him.
Thank you very much. We got to keep it going. I love you, though.
And you?
Well, I mean, the driving forces for me, my twin brother and my mom, but there are a lot of American broadcasters, Sean McDonough, chief among them, that was sort of the guy that I wanted to aspire to be. So thank you, brother.
Yeah, hello. I've got 2 questions, one for Jack, one for Volk. Jack, were you likely to fight on this card, being born in Perth?
Yeah, it was definitely my plan after my last fight, but I just ran into a bit of a rough road with I broke my arm in the last fight and run into a rough road, a couple of infections and stuff, but it was definitely the plan. I wanted to fight. Yeah, after my fight, I called out Shavkat. I thought that would have been a good fight, but we'll just push it back and hopefully it happened sooner rather than later.
And the next one's for Volk. There was a lot of sort of social media hype around you fighting Justin. Is that likely to happen, happening in the future? Something you see happening?
I got no idea where that come from, to be quite honest. Like, that was never in the works, because I don't think he was planning on fighting anytime soon. He said he wanted a big break after his last one. But I have made it clear that I would love to fight. You know, there's a lot of exciting fights at lightweight. But I've got work to do at featherweight. That's the only thing. So I need to do that first. And like I said, I'm going to be hanging around that lightweight division, pestering everybody, being like, what do you reckon? Get me back in there.
I think you shouldn't fight Justin, because I love you both and I wouldn't know who to choose.
All right, I won't fight him.
Thank you, sir. We got about 3 minutes. What's up, young man?
This one's for Jack. Were you going to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov on this card?
Yeah, it was going to happen, but unfortunately it couldn't. But next time, hopefully at some point next year, we come back to Perth and we can run it back then.
Thank you, Jack. Thanks.
Back over here. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, gents. This question is for Volk.
Volk, you're a well-represented fighter in the UFC. There's been some rumors of the UFC going to Africa if DDP wins. What are your thoughts of the UFC going to African continent for the first time?
Oh man, look, I love that they're branching out, going everywhere, because everyone needs to see this sport. I think it's one of the best sports in the world. Obviously, I love it. I might be biased, but yeah, we need to expand and get to every country they can, or continent. So yeah, mate, it's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back over here, sir.
I got 2 questions, one for Jack Della. Jack, if you face Bilal Muhammad, what round you're knocking the fuck out?
Yeah, I think I'd put him down, pretty early on.
Done in one?
Done in one, no doubt.
One more question. Uncle Volk, what round will you knock out Topuria in the rematch?
Let's go first round. Let's go.
Thank you. Back over here, sir.
Yeah, hi. My question is to the entire panel. Just wanted to know what fight out of the main legs are you most excited to watch, and what are your predictions for the main event between Israel Adesanya and Dricus du Plessis?
This guy's trying to take every minute we have left, aren't you? Hey, Volk, what do you...
Just trying to drag it out for the people.
For me, it's Hooker Gamrot. That'll be my fight to watch. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, me too. I like the striker grappler matchup. I think that is the biggest striker grappler matchup on the card. So I'm looking forward to that one too.
Just
Jiri's going home.
That's for the question, but okay. Just I think Izzy will handle that, and that's all what I've got. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, there's so many good fights. I'm looking forward to watching all the Aussies and New Zealanders, Anzacs going out there. So I can't wait for that. But, the main event, with the bad blood and everything that's happening, like, obviously, I'm really interested to see what happens with that.
Thanks, folks. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Thank you, sir. Back over here.
Question for Jiri and Carlos. Are we going to get that face-off?
I think face-offs are weird, man.
Ah, come on.
Not unless you're fighting.
Then make it happen.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
My question's for Volk. You're obviously the male goat. Who do you think the female goat is, though?
The female goat. Oh, well, man, you can't look past, Amanda Nunes, what she did, and, being a double champ for how long and being so dominant. Shevchenko was right up there, obviously in the one division as well. A lot of goats there. So, but Amanda Nunes, that's going to be hard to top. So I'll go with Amanda Nunes.
Agreed. Elite. Thanks.
Thank you. Go ahead, my man. What do you have?
Alex Volk.
How are you, mate?
What's your favorite color?
Favorite color?
Green, right? It's green.
Green, yeah, green. I was going to say blue because RAC Arena, you know what I mean? Had a great crowd last time, great crowd today, so I'll go with blue. And green. Are you wearing green?
Yeah, I'm
Go
wearing green. Yeah. And also, shout out to my TikTok, Johannes. So, YOHNNS_Hello21. Yeah.
There we go. Shout out to that
Yeah.
one. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Get on it. Good man.
Yeah, love you,
Appreciate it.
Love you.
Appreciate it.
All right, back over here. Go ahead.
My question's for Volk. What's it like? Yeah! Love you, Volk. What's it like fighting in front of your family, and what do you want for your girls?
Yeah, it's fun for my family is everything, but as long as I can go out there and perform and do my part. As long as I go out there and, as I said earlier, never give up, try my best, and set a good example for everybody watching, not just my family, all the people that look up to me, or the younger generation, my supporters, everything. As long as I do them proud, and that makes me happy. So going out there and really performing and really putting it all on the line and showing them that you know, what it takes to be elite. You know, you might not get your hand raised every single time, but if we give it our best, you're onto something.
Love it.
Thank you.
And one for Carlos or anyone on the panel. What are you fighting for? Is it legacy or is there more to it?
Yeah, it is a bit of legacy for me. It's a bit of history. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Love it. Love your work, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
All right. First of all, John, you're a fucking sick cunt, mate. Fucking.
Thank you, buddy.
And I've got two questions. One's for JDM. What's the story with the nose? When did that first get broken?
It was one. I think it was my second professional fight. I copped a nice knee and hasn't been the same since. But I haven't been bothered to change it because I probably expect it to happen again.
Well, hopefully it lines it in place, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for one day, sooner than later.
And my second question is for Volk. You've got to be careful because you can't tell too many people, but where's the best fishing spot in Windang?
Where's the best fishing spot in Windang? All right, mate. It's with some of the obvious spots anyway. So I've got a spot that I like to go there. It's right next to the bridge. I just go there, flick a line. You go there the right season, you know, you get a couple of flatheads. So that's always good.
Beautiful. I love you, blokes. Beautiful.
We love you too. And with that, guys, I got to get these athletes out of here. Can we hear it one last time? Alexander Volkanovski, Jiri Prochazka, Jack Della, Maddalena, and Carlos Ulberg. Perth, you've been phenomenal. We'll see you Sunday morning. One more sleep. Shout out.